It's probably been a couple times where I overexpanded and then had to cut back.
Hmm.
And to give you one particular example, this was in 2020. And in hindsight, I probably got a bit of hubris, because I came back, as I mentioned earlier, to G2 Excel had just invested. And then I remember then Jules Maltz, who,
Yeah, from IVP.
from IVP, great investor, and he'd led our Series C at Steelbrick right before we sold to Salesforce. And then I remember he came back, he came to me at G2. He's like, I want in. I was like, great. So we raised I remember like raised like I don't know, 50, 60 million Series C. I bought two startups. This is like late 2019. And I'm like, wow, we're just gonna, and I was investing like double every year. Everything was going great. And then I remember all of a sudden in early 2020, it wasn't. And we hadn't been thoughtful enough about scaling our revenue and our sales org. And we all of a sudden, like, we missed a quarter. We weren't getting the productivity. And then we got like a double whammy. Then COVID kicked in. And you probably remember that there was like real fear and panic, amongst really the whole world, right? And obviously it was a terrible health crisis, but also like everyone was saying, wow, this could be the worst economic crisis of our life. And you probably also had Arun calling you and
No,
all the,
100%. We were fundraising. We were fundraising in the middle
yeah,
in February of 2020, March 2020. It was I mean, people, everyone thought the world was going to end.
yeah. And so then I remember we let people go. We did like two cuts and it was just super painful because we went from like, like we were everyone's hero, just raising money, grow, 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 right? And I kind of probably drank my own Kool-Aid. I'm like, we sold big machines, we sold steel brick, like this one's going to be like our biggest. It's going to happen really fast. We'll go public next year, and then all of a sudden got hit by reality really hard. And so that was just really painful to reset. And, we probably let like over two rounds, we let like 80 people go. And I remember actually got like a hit piece in Business Insider, which was also painful. But we did this beautiful build out in our Chicago headquarters, like 2009. We put in this beautiful stairwell, created this beautiful open space. But then I remember like the Business Insider article was like, like some goofy picture of me as like basically like silly founder wastes $1 million on staircase, and then like has to walk employees up that staircase to lay them off.
Oh,
Yeah, that was sort of the genesis of the article, and it was deserved criticism, like in the sense like I wish I anticipated it earlier, but I think like that's still something as an entrepreneur when times are good. And I've done this a couple times in my career where then overinvest, try to go too fast, right? And just assume everything's going to work and then have to cut back. And, and that is, I always do feel like that's like a failure on me, and then rightfully you lose the trust of the team for a while, and you kind of have to rebuild it. So that's, certainly one big, mistake, course correction we had to make at G2.